Ha! Hello. Sounds like Alan Partridge, doesn't it? Aha! Welcome to a gut reaction review. This isn't going to be a long stream, especially as I've got to get up early tomorrow because I'm at a games convention all day running a game. Oh, what a Viking from the London Wargaming Guild. At Salute tomorrow. Excel. Catch us there if you are visiting. Fallout. So I'm just going to say from the off, I have quite a special personal relationship with this game. I have just finished episode 5. There are 8 episodes. They all dropped at the same time. And I'm going to get into my thoughts in a minute. Good to see a few of the regulars. Blue, if you want to come on, mate, let me know. I'll drop you the link on Facebook. So let me know if you want to come on. So I just want to talk about my relationship with this sort of legendary IP before I get into my thoughts. So Fallout Las Vegas was the first Fallout game that I played. I know there'd been some others before that. And this was on my Xbox 360. And I had that in... I had the game in pretty soon after its release in 2010, recommended to me by Sam, who used to live in the flat above me. And at the time, my mother had not long passed away. In fact, I lost both my parents within a year of each other. So forgive the personal side, but it is quite important to my relationship with this game. I suppose what Fallout did was it gave me a form of escapism. It gave me a world to escape into, which I did, Fallout Las Vegas. And I played that game for hours on end, day after day after day. I loved going on all the little different missions, finding the different creatures. I liked, I remember so many things from that game. Obviously, Mr. Handy and stuff. You had the prison with the 4 guard towers that was like over the hillside when you first started. I mean, you had the radiation areas with the ghouls. You had the various different factions. There were like the Roman faction guys that sort of followed that Caesar-like guy. And eventually at one point you got taken in front of him. And you could try and assassinate him with a dagger, but it like a knife that you'd hidden on yourself. I never managed to try it, but apparently it could be done. And then I can't remember what the other faction was called, but it all culminated with the battle for Hoover Dam. And then I managed to get to the middle of what was left of Las Vegas, New Vegas, whatever. And there was that guy who was controlling all the army of robots, and he was kind of like a little guy inside a little pod. Now I'm going to bring Blue Collar Loser in, who's just arrived. Hey, buddy.
I just watched 1, 2, and 3 in a row. Oh my God.
Okay, so before we get onto that, I'm just talking about my relationship with the game. Yeah, there was like a World War II bomber that you raised out of a lake. I just remember the different missions and things that I went on there. You found other vaults. Of course, there were loads of factions, raiders and whatnot. There was the Brotherhood of Steel when you first see that airship coming over. That's a really big moment in the game. So all of these things were like really cool. I'd never played. The only RPG I'd played, I can't remember if it was before, was the fantasy one, the first big fantasy one that came out, where you were like escaping from the tower at the beginning and Patrick Stewart voiced.
Oh, that's Elder Scrolls 3.
Elder Scrolls, right? Yeah. I played a bit of that, and it got a bit. I got a bit tired of it pretty quickly. It wasn't just that the AI interaction was crap. The world was nice, but I just sort of, I don't know. I didn't like the combat system. there was something about this that was really different, and I love the slow motion shots you got of people getting their arms
Yeah.
blown.
With the whole VAT system, like you target the head or their arm or something.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah,
targeting
yeah.
system. I ended up with this really cool gun. I don't know if you remember, but there was like if you went to one far end of the map, wherever it was, way over to the east, there was a crashed helijet that was being
Okay.
protected by about 4 different Mr. Handys. And once you'd killed them, there was a cache of shit in that helijet. And
Yeah.
one of them was this super powerful Gauss rifle that could kill anything, except the only thing I didn't manage to kill with it was, what were those creatures called that had the really big claws that could just tear you apart?
Oh, I can look it up because there's super mutants, there's,
There were, there were
cockroaches.
they were kind of a bit like, they were
Actually,
like
let me look it up.
dinosaurs, and there was a family of them
Yeah,
living in that kind of quarry with the
I
crane.
know
There
what you
was an
mean. So
abandoned crane in the
they're hard to
quarry,
kill. Let me look it up. I gotta find it.
and I managed to kill a couple of them, but because
Yeah.
their claws were worth quite a lot of money if you killed
Oh,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Some death claws.
Death claws.
There we
Alright,
go.
yep, we
Yeah,
got it.
death claws. Thanks, Dan. And I remember when I got that cool rifle, I went back to sort them out, and that was the one thing that it wouldn't kill. It would kill everybody else pretty quick, but death claws, no.
Yeah. Yeah,
They were hard as fuck.
the Fall franchise is pretty big. I mean, you got, like, what, 4 main games, and New Vegas is kind of a side game in a sense, but it's basically
Yeah.
5, and on top of the, I did play 76, which bombed. Everyone hated 76.
Yeah, I wanted to play it, but everybody ragged on it, said it was terrible. I mean, they
Yeah,
did loads of patches and things for it. Is it
I think
worth revisiting?
I'm not sure. Okay, it's one of the things where, it's 76's problem is that you can play it by yourself, but it's meant for 4-player co-op, and if you don't have 3 friends, it's very tedious. It's
Right,
the problem is these online games is like Helldivers. Helldivers, if you play it by yourself, you can, but it's not meant to be played by yourself, and that's
right,
the problem with 76. Now it may be good. I'm not sure. I just none of my friends they all dropped out, so I'm like,
right.
you know,
I want another open world experience like that again, that I can just play on my own when I want. I don't want to have to go
yeah,
online and meet people and all of that. Killing things. Welcome to
yeah,
Hate Crimes with Lance. Well, it
yeah.
wasn't. Look, dude, it was a Mad Max scenario. Kill or be killed.
That's why
Um,
I'm playing a lot of PS5 games because of streaming, because it's so much by yourself. It
yeah.
sucks when you wanna everyone's on different work schedules, and some of these games are made for co-op, and Fallout, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, they're made to play by yourself.
Well, around the time that my mother died, which is when I got into this game, my best friend, who was my closest friend at that time, she got herself a completely, utterly awful, toxic girlfriend who did everything, because we were best mates, did everything this she could to drive a wedge between us, right? And
Yeah,
that's because she was cheating on my best friend left, right, and center, and doing all kinds of other horrible shit, man. And so obviously, if I'd found out about that, I wouldn't have stood for it. So her plan, as soon as she could get rid of Lance, kind of thing.
yeah.
I mean, obviously they're not together anymore, thankfully.
Huh,
But I did. So I didn't just lose my mum. I lost my best mate, who I kind of really needed. Suddenly
yeah,
wasn't there, and this game was what saved me. Really, I dove into it not really knowing what to expect, and I
yeah,
remember for the first 6 weeks, um, after Mum passed away, I played this, and I just didn't do anything else. I
yeah.
mean, that's not necessarily healthy, but for me at the time, it was
Oh, yeah.
what I needed. And I would get up, got to pick up the game where I left off, and I would only stop to either use the bathroom or go and make beans on toast. I was
Yeah.
eating whatever I could cook quickest so I could
In
get
those
back
days.
on the game. And I was playing the game like until 4, going to
Yeah.
sleep 4, 5, waking up around midday,
Remember those
jumping on
days.
again. So, and then of course the game had a very unique design, that sort of alternative history,
Oh, yeah.
very much kind of Kennedy's America, where anything was possible. Very, very the aesthetic of it with the TVs and the very retro. There's
Yeah.
a there's a word for that type of design, and it's just gone from my tongue. It will come to me in a minute, or someone in chat will remind me.
I mean,
But
it has like that,
that
it has like that 1940s vibe.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of sort of the design of the buildings, the design of the cinemas, all of that stuff is very of that. And it just sort of, I loved all the world building in that game.
Yeah.
Why they haven't done a World War II RPG like this? I've done Sniper, which is big maps, but it's not the same thing. I don't know. Art Deco. Thank you, Dan
Okay.
Candy. That's exactly where I was going with that.
Yeah.
Art Deco.
The music and
So that was my experience. I absolutely loved the game. Knew all the characters. I had the dog as my companion at one point. I had Boone as my companion at one point. If you remember Boone,
dog meat. Yeah.
yeah. But I think the dog was the one and my character was a woman as well. It was the first time
Yeah.
I played an RPG, and I thought, actually, do you know what? It'd be kind of cool to play a woman for a change. So I had this cool looking black chick. So I guess that's my first trans experience. Anyway, let's not go there.
Yeah.
But I just thought because I knew that you get a different experience depending on what sex you picked.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
in the
these
game.
games, some of these games like this, the Skyrim kind of games, the open world games, if you play through, like so many people play through it a second time because
Yeah.
it's two different experiences based on, it's like sometimes you may pick a male, female, then it's like you may play the game as a good guy the first time and as a bad guy the second time, and you get two different endings or three different endings depending on the game.
Towards the end of it, I think I was playing it as like a good guy most of the time.
Yeah.
And towards the end of it, when I came across like bad guy places, I would just put on that music from the Terminator on a loop, where he goes into the police station, and I would just go through the vault or the base with all my weapons and be like, and then I'd go and track down other vaults where there were survivors, and I kind of wiped them out. It was so bad.
Yeah, definitely. The whole open world RPG became a big thing. I don't know, maybe 2000s, because for most part, as I'm play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Final Fantasy games, those are still like you're basically watching a movie. But this game is like, you create your own story, and that's made it more fun.
Is there another open world game as good as Fallout Las Vegas that's come out apart from the Final Fantasy?
As like Melvin said, I mean, if you look at a game like The Witcher 3, it's still Witcher in a sense. You're still following a storyline, but in terms of content, I mean, my God, you can dump 6 months of your life into The Witcher, which is fantastic.
That's an open world fantasy.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's still like it's still narrative because I mean you're only controlling Geralt, but like it's like to me playing a game like The Witcher, it's like watching 10 seasons of Game of Thrones. That's right. For comparison, because every single side mission is never boring. It has its own narrative. There's there's moral choices, and his world is so grim. I mean, he makes some rough decisions because he's a Witcher.
So I take it you played Fallout Las Vegas as well, did you?
I played them all. I said even 76, but I'm waiting to see what I even got the one game, the one on your phone. I got started kind of bored of it though. The whole going back and forth. And
let's talk about the TV show then. I mean, first of all, as soon as I found out Walton Goggins was in it, who's one of my favorite actors, because one of my favorite TV shows is the Shield. Going to do a big Shield thing on my channel soon. So any fans of the Shield watching,
I see Walton Goggins. I have to give it a try. Because he's in it. Yeah,
always. I mean, you usually know that the script's going to be pretty good if he's in it, because he tends not to pick shit projects. Melvin's recommending Witcher 3 Lance, best game ever made. Mate, I might have to check that out. Is that on console as well?
You can buy it on Steam and on PS5 and Xbox. It's The Witcher's everywhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting it for my Xbox. Howdy, fellas.
Hey, Livex.
Listening while I work. Adam Gray's in the house. Adam, if you've got an opinion on the show, man, and you fancy popping in and talking with us now about it, let me know. Drop me a tweet and I'll send you the link. Yeah, well, okay, let's talk about the show then. We've talked about the game, but needless to say, I'm not a passing fan of the game. The game was huge for me. So I was, when I did hear about this, and I noticed they kept it quite quiet. There wasn't a lot of like production photos leaking.
Yeah,
there wasn't like big casting announcements. And I think they just thought, let's get on with it and let it stand on its own legs. I'm sure somebody, but it's clear that the guy behind it wasn't bullshitting. He clearly is a big fan of the show. It looks, I mean, there's nothing in the design or the look of most of the characters that I could fault, really.
Yeah.
I like the selection of toilet seats here.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the detail from the way the Pip Boys and
Yeah.
bottle caps, everything. So the episode 1 had they're watching TV with like Grongak the Barbarian, which is a comic book from the game. Like there's so much detail to the games.
Yeah, and there's so many Easter eggs in this.
Yes.
I mean, just in this shot alone, if you look at the magazines in the background, these both appeared in the game.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
trading in caps, the types of weapons. I mean, all the knickknacks. Some of the characters. This lady was a character in the game, if you remember her. So was he. There's so much detail. Her character is a bit annoying, but I like the fact that she's a bit crap. She's not like great at everything. So kudos on that. Carl McLachlan plays her father. That was a nice casting choice.
Yeah. One thing I like is that she's very naive, but you figure she spent her entire life inside of a vault, so she doesn't understand the outside world. She's kind of dumb, but that's kind of the point.
Yeah. She's very insulated from everything. Mark Kelly's in the house, former sub postmaster. I was with him at the post office public inquiry the other day. Good to see you, Mark. Thanks for popping in. Dan Candy saying they nailed the look.
Yeah, Dan J. Aesthetically, I'm like, and especially while we get to the power suits, I'm like, this is impressive. The power suits look fantastic. I'm like, wow.
The T60s are. I mean, you know, one of the things I like is what you haven't got is you haven't got a production designer and an art director and a cinematographer and a director. These are the 4 main people who collaborate on the visual aesthetic of a movie. It's your cinematographer, your DOP, your production design team.
Yeah.
You know, your art director, your production designer, your main set dresser if it's a big budget thing. I mean, so these are the people, but clearly everybody sat down and said, we are going to replicate the game as closely as we can, and we're not going to divert from the design. So everything's got to be, you know, as close as possible where practical, and that's what they've done. And it's really well done.
A small detail in episode 1 when you first meet her character, and it's playing the game. When you first play the game, okay, you picked you want to have strength, vitality, and you're like your repair skills, your talking skills. She's sitting talking, she's giving her a speech, and she's like, okay, I have repair skills, and I have speeches. I have like very good, like she's breaking down her stats almost like it's the game to the council, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's this is Walton Goggins again, so suffice to say he kind of plays 2 roles. And again, this character, at first I kind of thought, okay, he's going to be this type of character, and then actually they surprised me, and he's not a nice person, really. And you'll see more of that when you get to episode 5.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really well done, his storyline. I liked it. I just noticed that I didn't notice this in the movie, in the show. There's 2 tiny kids in the background here. Look.
Oh yeah, wow, there's so much going on.
Training to be so. I didn't notice the kids because there aren't any scenes with the kids in the bunk. Here's the T60 armor. They've clearly got like 1 practical suit made up, I think.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
It looks like it from what we can see because it's sort of on the set and people interact with it, and obviously it probably doesn't open up quite the same way. That's probably CGI.
That's a very good point what Jay says, and I have to agree with that. Except for the main character, Fallout, you played the games, this universe doesn't have a lot of good people.
Yeah, it's it is absent. None of the characters are completely black and white. I like that.
Yeah.
Enzo was saying to me earlier that a lot of characters seem to be the funny one. I think there's just a lot of humor in the show.
On top of the game's got all the games have plenty of dark humor. We've all seen that.
But yeah, I mean, the design of the vaults is bang on. I was right back there. Somebody said earlier this made them want to go back and play the game. I'm already thinking about doing that, actually.
God.
I wonder if Fallout Las Vegas would be compatible on my Xbox One.
I mean, I wouldn't see why not. So.
I've still got my Xbox 360.
A lot of people didn't like Fallout 4, but I mean, I played them all. Like Fallout 4, I dumped a ton of 50, 60 hours in that game. I love building your settlements and building up the barricades and getting your water supplies going.
Yeah, I kind of had a settlement at one point, but again, that sort of aspect of it I found a bit tedious. I didn't really want to build a community. I wanted to be more my lone kind of adventurer, which you could also do and it would work. So I had a settlement, but it didn't amount to much because I was never there.
Well, episode 2, I mean, you got to episode 5, not to spoil much, but you get to see the power armor. That's the power armor in practical use. I mean, there's a mutated bear, dude. I'm like, that was so awesome. I'm watching it like.
I think Mark is saying that they enhanced the visual look of the armor with CGI. I think that's what he was saying. Yeah, I mean it's good. I know some people haven't been impressed with it. I can't think why. This is definitely made for people who've played the game, love the game, and there are so many things. Like even if you look at the skyline of what would be New Vegas in the distance there, those buildings are the exact same buildings in the game. You've even got one building that's fallen over onto one. That was quite a famous bit. If you got to it, you could climb up inside that. So yeah, it is quite similar to Warhammer looking armor, especially the
definitely
early stuff.
I'm trying to look for you. Of course, they put this out right here. Fallout 4 PS5 version, April 25th. A whole brand new enhanced mode, new content as promotion, for the show, and check for Xbox.
So what's coming out? A new version of the game, or
basically for PS5, Fallout 4 just updated, better graphics, fixing some bugs, more content. Doesn't say for Xbox.
But which version of the game is that?
Just Fallout 4.
Fallout 4. So that's the Las Vegas one.
No, that's after New Vegas, because it goes because it was Fallout 3. Because Fallout 3, then New Vegas, then Fallout 4. So New Vegas is kind of like a side game.
So Fallout 76 is not Fallout 4. That's another one.
No, that was the first one to be online. I said that's the first Fallout game that, like I said, you'd have 4-player co-op and you can make settlements with your friends. And that's the one that just tanked because it was endless bugs and glitches, and it's.
Yeah. No, so okay, so I might get Fallout 4 then, because I don't think I played that then.
Okay, Fallout 4. I dumped. I forgot how many.
Let me have a look. Oh, I don't know. I think I did. Did I play this one? Let me see.
Yeah, it's funny because let's say technically, or I'm looking at here for IGN. Technically, 76 is a prequel, but I mean it's still. Then Fallout 2, Fallout 3. Then it goes let's see, Fallout New Vegas, and then Fallout 4. Okay.
So Fallout 4. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fallout New Vegas was definitely the one I played. So I haven't played Fallout 4.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely I highly recommend it. Said I played it for Xbox One.
And man, that's going to be a whole load of my life gone right there. But hey, I'm up for it.
Yeah, it came out in 2015. Let me check any kind of updates.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get it, because that was when I was in my relationship. Things were great. I wasn't playing endless games. But now
so
I have the freedom to do that, so I can go and get it.
No, good news, Lance, for Xbox. Well, it says right here, is Fallout 4 enhanced for Xbox Series X, and it says Bethesda is releasing a free Fallout update for downloaded for Xbox Series X and PS5 users. Huh? It's
Xbox One I can do then.
Yeah.
And Dan is saying I should stream it. I don't know how I would stream my Xbox.
Yeah, that's that's why I picked PS5 for stream. Xbox, there's a way to do it, but it's a process. Like this guy, I watch a YouTube video. Yeah. It's like a 2-hour. Basically, you have to make a Twitch account, and you're mirroring your Twitch account to your YouTube. That's why PS5.
That sounds like a massive headache, right there.
Yeah, it seems like honestly, get it for Steam. It's probably better.
I could get it on Steam, couldn't I? Is it on Steam? Fallout 4?
Yeah, everything's on Steam. Let me see.
So this is the what are they called? The Steel, the Brotherhood of Steel. This is their big airship that we've kind of You see it in in New Vegas. All their combat helicopters and stuff. They're all exactly the same as the design. First time this turned up, I was like, that is exactly like the moment when it turns up. Different circumstances, but
good news for you, Lance. Right now,
listen, look at this. Vex has just offered to come and help me sort all of that out with her guidance. Thanks, Vex. I'll definitely take you up on that.
I'll see. On Steam right now, they have a 75%. Right now, Fallout 4 is on Steam for $5.
Wow.
There you go.
You can get it free from Prime Gaming.
Hey.
I might invest in that.
Damn free PS5 update. Yeah, that looked amazing right there. I mean, that's got to be some CG and practical, but like that's probably a plastic gun. I don't know how they film it, but you would know.
I don't know if the gun was real actually, because it got broken pretty quick. And the shot of it getting broke was definitely CG. So there you go. That should be called Vex Export or Tex.
Oh, there's there's a way to do it. I like the YouTube from PS5. It's one button. There you go.
Mark's saying you can get it free from Prime Gaming. Amazon Prime, is that?
They're just advertising this stuff, aren't they?
I don't know how Prime Gaming works, but
I'll look into
it. But because that's right, because the main trading post that you get to first in Fallout New Vegas is the town of Filey, and the set that they created for the town of Filey is exactly the same as it was in the show. It's got the same bits everywhere. I mean, it was so spot on.
Yeah.
And then things like the stim packs, exact same design, scram.
You see when they're doing the inhalant, they're like, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, they had that. Let's get some more pictures of the show.
Which I'm really confused by this, because I guess one of the producers says that they didn't want to follow the Fallout lore and none of the storylines, and I'm like, well, you got everything right, so what are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, I mean, that doesn't matter really. We don't need to know the background of how and why things happened. But this is Ollie, independent filmmaker. His new fantasy epic called Huge Castles is coming out soon. So I loved all the advertising and everything. The Nuka-Cola.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to get a bottle of Nuka-Cola. And I'd remember you'd always go and search everywhere, and you'd pick up all this naff little shit, but there'd always be these scraps of food that you'd eat, and your health meter would go up this tiny bit each time, you know.
You had radiation too.
Yeah.
Because you're drinking the water and you're getting radiation for reds and pills.
But this set, when she comes into this set, it was just bang on. It was so good. And I like how they introduced the dog. So you've got a lot of elements that were in the show are handled really well. So I think my rating for the show so far, based on the 5 episodes I've seen, is, I'd say, a solid 8.5 out of 10. It's not quite gripping me the same way as Shogun, but it's good fun.
Yeah,
it pays a lot of fan service, but in the best possible way.
I'm very impressed with the music too. I love the music. They got the music perfect. Just
the music's the music's great. It's really, really good. All the graphics, everything, so spot on. Okay, Mark. Yeah, well, listen, man, don't burn yourself out, and don't upset yourself with what happened at the public inquiry this week. Just take time out for yourself. We love you, bro. So, keep fighting that good fight. So as I said earlier, Mark's one of the former postmasters.
Yeah.
It was not only was he completely fucked over and lost, of course, with his life savings and all that, because he was a programmer and he actually found the problem and brought the bug to their attention.
Wow.
And because of that, they went after him. They had to discredit him. They completely went after him. So that's a subject for another stream. There is an interview with Mark on the channel elsewhere. Again, this shot, where they come to the crater, that's a location in the New Vegas game. Except when you go to that crater, your rad detector thing is going off like crazy. You can't get too close to it. But it's bracketed either side by, I think, like a broken caravan and a sign. And they had those same elements, exactly the same. He's one of the postmasters that got done over on the post office scandal. Dan is Mark Kelly. So who was in the chat just now. Good friend.
I want to ask you, because I looked this up right now, but what is your guesstimation on what the budget for a show like this would be?
There's 8 episodes.
Okay.
Lot of visual effects. Not actors at a level that would demand ridiculous salaries. I mean, I'm guessing that Walton Goggins,
he's the most
probably
popular
the biggest name in there. He's I'd say he's got 1 foot firmly in the A list now. So I would his fee for this would probably be, for the whole thing, is probably going to be around $1 million, if not more. So I'm going to guess that it was budgeted at least around 20 to 25 mil an episode. So it's going to be, it's probably going to be around 200 million for the whole series.
Okay, according to Variety, and it says 152 million.
152 million. No. All right, so I was pretty. And then taking into account advertising and shit on top of that, you're pushing it at least to 160. So I wasn't too far off, was I? No, it looks like it's had money spent on it. The locations look really good. The costumes are great. The details great. They clearly gave the production designers on this a good budget. They clearly gave post special effects a good budget to work with. 20 million episode. I mean, you can make a good show for 20 million episode. Band of Brothers was 25 million per episode, $25 million per episode. Well, especially that bit's funny. Yeah.
Well, especially being at the episodes I've seen so far, how fantastic the power armor looks, and the CGI does not look cheap at all. Like I'm shocked it's only 20 million considering.
The other thing as well is I like the fact that the violence in it is like Mad Max 2.
Oh, this is very R-rated.
Yeah. People get shot and they die in horrible ways. You know the bit where the guy is in the T-60 armor and he grabs the guy's head and pulls it off his body. Oh shit, man, that was horrendous. I mean, it's good. It's good. Yeah, really, really enjoy it. Oh, now we can see the Russian the strange Russian posters and things.
I would definitely have by Sunday. All because I got mine episode 3. Well, finish episode 3, so 5 more to go. I can do that by tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I will have watched it all in time for the Nielsen ratings on Tuesday. We're going to discuss it more then. Hopefully, Luke and Enzo will have watched it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I just like many people who play the games, and nowadays with production values, I was just worried it was going to be some crappy, just cash grab. And so far, just 3 episodes, like they do so much fan service, but not in a bad way.
No,
I'm just really impressed. Like you said, I'm watching episode 1. I'm like, wow, they're inside the vault and the set designs, and watching this, like, what you guys, this is fantastic. I was texting 4 of my friends who, I got friends like, yeah, Chris, I'm not going to watch this shit, and I'm like, no, watch this because. Yeah, so many people they get burnt out of adaptations. I'm like, no, this is worth watching, guys. And of course, Critical Drinker tweeted out, and everyone's like, "Oh, Drinker, you liked it?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm actually liking it."
Yeah, it's a good adaptation. It's very faithful. I mean, I don't see what else they could have done to make it any better. The things that I thought they might have done with it, they deliberately haven't done. They haven't made the girl lead woke. She's brilliant at everything. She goes outside with a sort of idealistic world.
Yeah.
I like there's a situation. I don't think you haven't got to it yet. There's a situation where she's with this other character. I don't want to spoil it, but there's the scenario where they have to kind of either trust these people or not. And the other character that's with her saying, "Give me a gun. They're going to shoot us." And she's like, no. We'll put our hands in the air. You keep your hands in the air. We'll all walk past each other. Everything's going to be fine. And he's like, they're going to shoot us. They're going to shoot us. And I mean, you can guess what happens. And she's always trying to be idealistic, and she keeps getting her expectations managed very effectively. So it's nice that and that gives her a really good arc. She can become like amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd happily watch 3-4 seasons of this.
Yeah, because
that was this standard.
Yeah. But that's what some people were saying, like, well, this game doesn't have like a main narrative in a sense. I'm like, well, the Fallout games themselves, every game from Vegas 3, 4, you create your main character. So there's never a continuing like a story arc. The only thing that should be there is Brotherhood of Steel, the Vaults, Pip Boys, but every game is basically a fresh game. So you do have a blank slate. Like you said, you can make a female character, a white character, black character, Asian, whatever. And you have, as long as you have the ghouls there and the rads, the cockroaches, the main elements, the power armor, everything else is basically like a big clean slate. So, and they're keeping things so far, really authentic.
I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to play Fallout 4. I think the battle for Hoover Dam, that was how Fallout 3 ended, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, well, especially for $5 in Steam. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of. I don't mind playing turn-based games or games where you can do everything with a click on the mouse, but I think isn't it going to be a bit hard? You need a joystick or a control pad to control a character.
To my knowledge, most people, because I don't play Steam, but most people, they sync up their Xbox or PlayStation controller to their computer.
Oh, you can do that?
Oh, definitely. Especially now, Bluetooth technology. Yeah, you can sync. Like, actually, I can sync my Xbox to my iMac right now. If I want to.
I'm going to need my Vex 9000 app to help me with the technicals on that. I'll have to upload.
Also, people like I do stuff because I'm lazy, but I just like coming home, grabbing a beer or something, pressing power button. I'm already on.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything. No, it's nowadays nobody's playing these games with a mouse and keyboard. No, they have controllers that they're wired to the computer. So yeah, they're playing the games on Steam with an Xbox or a PS5 controller.
And apparently, Vex, it's pretty soon it's going to be possible to have people's brain patterns uploaded to computers and shit. So Vex, you can just like be my technical app on my computer like 24/7. You can be like my Alexa sort of thing. That'd be hilarious. I'd have to keep blocking the camera up every time I decide to watch a bit of porn. So she's up for it.
Like Jay said.
Clown sticks are the tool of the devil. Yeah, there was clown sticks in the game, wasn't there? I remember clown sticks.
Oh God. There's a lot. Because I do want to see what else. Are they going to have super mutants? Are they going to have death claws? I mean, so far I've already seen cockroaches and mutated bears, and I'm only 3 episodes in, so I want to finish it and see what else am I going to.
Have you got to the bit where there's the creature in the water?
Oh no, I seen it in the trailer though.
Right, yeah.
I thought the CGI looked pretty good on that. So
yeah, I forget the name of it. I mean, that bit is very CG, but it works because of the aesthetic look of the show. You don't mind it. You buy it. It's like it's believable in the world presented to us. So by the time we get our very CG monster, who's very bright pink and really stands out in a very cartoonish way, it's fine. It's a bit like the moment in Big Trouble in Little China where the monster creature pops out the side of the wall and eats one of the guys and takes him back in. What was that? It no come out no more. You know, that bit. Yeah. Spoiler alert, there may be a creature in the water, potentially. Yeah, me love clown stick long time. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I've got no gripes about the show, really. I mean, some of the characters I like more than others. I want to see what happens with them. They've got Matt, what's his name, from What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, yeah. I forgot his name.
He does the voice of Mr. Handy.
Yeah.
And the episode with Mr. Handy in it is my favorite bit of the show so far. I'd love to play a clip of that, but I haven't got it queued up.
I mean, if you want, we're gonna by Tuesday. I'll make some clips for Nielsen ratings.
Yeah, get a clip with Mr. Handy talking.
Yeah.
When he first, she like pours out her story to him, and he goes, "That's terrible. That doesn't sound nice at all. I thought you were going to use me as some kind of sex toy. God, no. How awful would that be? I'm just going to harvest your organs." It's it's good. Yeah, the atomic bomb animation section, Walton Goggins is in. That is an amazing scene. Really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah. So 8.5 for me at the minute. I'm not at the end of it yet.
Yeah, that's a very that's a very good rating. Yeah.
But nearly there. Yeah, I can't fault it really. There's not Dan is pointing out. Well, we're keeping spoilers minimal, mate. I am keeping spoilers minimal.
Hey, they dropped them all at once though, all 8 episodes.
Yeah, that I was surprised because some Amazon shows are weekly, aren't they?
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah, because we watch Reacher, and like you said, besides us, I mean, I didn't. It's just weird with a show with $150 million budget. They're really not promoting it or talking about it. I'm shocked by how I'm just not hearing about it. Besides, like groups like ours.
Yeah, Atom, did you want to pop on for a little bit? I'm not going to stream for much longer. But if you want to pop on, man, let me know. Just check if I've got any messages.
Yeah, I'm so annoyed.
I actually invited Toxic to come on if he wanted.
Oh yeah, we said he's probably busy working. He's going to watch the entire thing tomorrow with his kid.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, sorry. I forgot I was streaming. Forgot I was showing all that shit. Oops.
I'm watching. I mean, I'm looking right now screenshots of part 4, and I'm gonna make it. I'll find a way for you to play part 4. I forgot how good part 4 was. It came out 2015.
Yeah, well, I mean, somebody said it's on Steam, right? I mean, I'm kind of no. We're not gonna do any more spoilers, Dan. You're good. Somebody said it. Fallout 4's on Steam.
Yeah.
Let me have a quick look. I just sort of I mean, I guess if I could get my okay, yeah, no worries, Atom. Politics. Well, we don't. We don't do that here.
Yeah, I've seen that stuff. Like,
yeah, I saw Civil War. Oh, of course, we talked about it on your channel last night, didn't we?
We had fun with it.
I quite enjoyed it. Pretty good.
Yeah. Well, for tomorrow I'm gonna get sad and watch Hillsborough, but then I'll try to feel better and go watch the Ungentlemanly Conduct film.
Yeah, you've got an advanced screening of it, right?
I'm trying to like feel better because for Hillsborough, you're not the first person couple of my friends like, "Oh, you haven't watched Hillsborough?" Like, no, like, "Oh, that's gonna ruin your day." Like, son of a.
It's not an easy watch, man.
Uh,
I'm putting in Fallout and nothing's happening. What am I doing wrong here? Hang on, I'm gonna.
I never made a Steam account. So
let me put my account up. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm still in my library. Let's go to store. That's why. And then we do the search here.
Look right there. Look, Fallout franchise sale. Look at your screen.
Here we go. Fallout. Yeah, well, I guess their game content may not be. Yeah.
Appropriate. You damn young kids.
Right. So this is Fallout 4. I really feel like I have to get this now.
Yeah, I mean, no, shocked you.
Before I start dating somebody else who tells me I can't play computer games all day.
I'll keep sending you super chats.
Damn, the graphics on this are really nice. Oh, is that robot guy?
Yeah.
That was in. Yeah, there's Mr. Handy again.
I'm about to text my friends. I didn't know they were doing a stupid update to the PS5 and Xbox. Like, I'm about to download on PS5. Like, there's a graphics update because this game did come out in 2015.
So, hang on, let's have a look here. We've got Game of the Year edition. So that's the one with all the bells and whistles on it, right?
On top of it's got like 9 DLCs too. So
yeah, so that's the one I want to get.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, look at recent news and announcements. Yep. Fallout 4 is getting free updates. Of course it is. Nice.
Free updates.
Yep.
Oh yeah, full controller support, Xbox controllers.
See.
Right. Oh, okay. So what? These are the games that you can use your Xbox controller on, is that right?
I kind of know a little bit. I've only been on Steam a handful of times. I know I have to make a Steam account because I never use it, but
this is when I need my
yeah, you're gonna have Vex help you.
Vex 9000 app.
Yeah.
The blue collar 2.5 pence app is not very good in this technical area.
Said I go to Best Buy, buy PS5, and come home, plug it in. People like you should build your own computer. I'm like, I'm too lazy.
Right, so Fallout 4 is here, and it's got like a thumbs up. Oh, that's the review rating. I thought that was like meant you do the controller thing.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to get this because I just loved the world so much before. But I feel like I want to play this on my Xbox, but at the same time, I don't. If I buy an Xbox version of it from, say, the high street, not that there's many gaming stores left on the high street, but I can go and get one. Will it be the edition with all of this shit in?
Of course, yeah. I mean, that's standard right now. Every version's got the Game of the Year edition. Plus, the game's been out for 9 years now. So
that's true. So if it's a second-hand one, I just want to make sure it's the Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, just like Witcher 3's got the Game of the Year edition or complete edition.
Xbox doesn't have to take a long time to load up though, and there's always patches and shit going on. I preferred my 360 because you put the disc in, you play the game, you're away.
Yeah,
I miss being able to do that. All these updates and stuff just pisses me off most of the time. Look at that, he's bombing around on a jetpack.
I could use the power armor. Yeah, lots of making your set. The first time I put a lot of time into making my settlement. Just it's so fun.
I mean, how important is it to make a settlement in Fallout 4?
Guys, it's been like 5 years, but I mean, it's kind of like anything. You can go right through the game. I just did it for the fun of it, just like because you make turrets and stuff and robot companions, and the death claws are come. My turrets are just destroying the death claws, and you put like you put like wire fence up there, and just making a community.
I might need the Blue 9000 app for getting community building advice. Well, so for anyone tuning in, we recommend that you watch the TV show. We think it's good. It's a pretty faithful adaptation. I'm keen to see the remaining episodes. I would have quite happily all binged it in a single day, but I've got to. I'm running a games convention. Well, not running a games convention.
Yeah.
Helping run a game at a games convention tomorrow. So I'm going to bed after this, which is very early for me, and which means I probably won't sleep. But I'll probably watch at least 2 more episodes.
That's what I'm about to do. Let's get one more and go hit the gym and then get ready for work.
Yeah, but it is good. In Fallout 4, are you starting a new character from scratch? You're not picking up your old character, right?
No, same thing. Brand new character, brand new set of brand new set of skills.
So you're not starting with power armor and all of that. You're
no,
going to build up again. Cool.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
is it similar kind of thing with the map where you start wherever you start and you gradually expand outwards?
Yeah, exactly.
Doing your little side quests and whatnot.
Yeah, the whole training set, make your character and like you're a baby, and actually they show you being born, and
yeah,
that's
pretty. So yeah, it's because you're going to start in a vault, I'm guessing.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it is. It's. I mean, I can't wait to see what else we're going to get to see from, that world. It should be really interesting.
I think my only disappointment was like I love the one Fallout opening where you have Ron Perlman. He's like, war is hectic, war is hell, and the voiceover by Ron Perlman as he did drop the nukes.
Right.
He's got that voice,
Yeah. Well, because he may not have been available. But I think Walton Goggins is I forget the name of that character in the show.
Right now, I'm on episode 3. They're just calling him the Ghoul.
He
doesn't have a name yet. I'm not sure if he gets one later.
But this character did have a name. This character in the New Vegas game is slightly different. He's more of a good guy.
Okay.
He's like a private detective for hire who can eventually become your companion if you want. Whereas here, this guy is a brutal mercenary who doesn't give 2 fucks about anyone and will kill absolutely anyone who gets in his way, which, by the way, is much cooler. So I'm quite happy for him to be like that.
Yeah.
So, good stuff. Jonathan Nolan is the man who can. Just curious to see what else he's done in his career. Okay, writer, creator of Westworld when it was good. He wrote Interstellar. He's done. I mean, he's done a few things one would have heard of. So clearly a long-term collaborator of Christopher Nolan, because he wrote several of Nolan's scripts. Now he's doing his own stuff. I'm sure he probably was a big fan of this game. But just the 3 directing credits. Fallout, 3 episodes of Westworld, 1 episode of Person of Interest. Yeah, but you've got to get up early to direct, man. That's why I don't know that I'll be going back to that anytime soon with my sleep patterns. Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to wrap it up there. It's just a quickie. I was only going to come on for 20 minutes, but you were available.
The world of Fallout gets you sucked in because as much as I know the games, of course, you just type in YouTube like the history of the Fallout franchise, and guys make 5-hour videos who've played every single segment, and you're like, oh my god,
right? Yeah, the Battle of Concord and all of that stuff. I remember. I'm shutting down I've just been playing Masters of Orion, and I've got to the stage now where I can build the Antaran jump gate. Yeah. So when I stream next week, I'll be able to do the battle. I'll be able to go into Antaran space with my mega fleet. I'm just going to wait until I've got the biggest fleet possible, and that's going to be a legendary space battle for sure. So okay, so we're going to be back at 8:00
Sunday.
Yeah, 3 p.m. East Coast. Going to do Hillsborough. Have you watched it yet?
No, I'm waiting for tomorrow.
So Darth Plato has watched Hillsborough, and he's watching Anne tonight. So if you can, try and do both. Anne is the TV show.
Oh, okay.
About the same subject, but it takes the story up to the present day. So you got to watch Hillsborough first.
Okay.
And then the Anne TV series. Hang on. So let me put this into IMDb, and I'll get you the link. Yeah, it was came out in. Oh man, where is it? A lot of TV shows called Anne for some reason. There we are, 2022. With Maxine Peake. Here is the link for it. Oh, I'm just going to put it in. Sorry, this is for those people watching. This is not related to Fallout, but we are doing a deep dive into this TV show, 4 episodes, and then also the Hillsborough movie, which came out in '96, which preceded this. So it's going to be interesting to get into it. It's a big story, and I'm very keen to hear the views of people that know nothing about it, which is going to be most of my guests are going to be watching it for the first time. So it's going to be really interesting. All right.
Cool.
So thanks to Blue Collar for popping in. Yeah. Thanks to everybody in the chat. We had quite a few people in, come and go. That's really great. We do recommend Fallout the TV show. Obviously the game as well, if you haven't played it. Not 76 though.
No. Let's get that one.
So yeah, come and join us at 8:00 on Saturday. Sunday. 8:00 on Sunday UK time, 3 p.m. East Coast, and then we'll be back with the Nielsen ratings on Tuesday night as well. All being well. Yeah. Okay. So that's it from us. Anything you want to plug quickly?
No, I'll see you Sunday.
All right. See you Sunday. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.